In our previous lesson, we learned about currency rates, naming, base currency, and quote currency. Now I need you to understand that currencies have decimal places because they no longer have fixed rates after the collapse of the Bretton Woods system. Most currency pairs are quoted to 4 decimal places, for example pound sterling to US dollar 1.7500, except JPY pairs which are usually quoted to 2 decimal places, like US dollar to Japanese yen 150.59. Now after knowing this, we need to understand fractions so we can calculate pip values using base 10 power just like we did before with lots. Decimals can be read as fractions. For example, 0.1 is 1/10th, 0.01 is 100th, 0.001 is 1,000th, and 0.0001 is 1/10,000th, which is what we call a pip in most currency pairs. Once you understand decimals this way, the next step is to take a currency pair, look at its rate, count the decimal places, and then identify the pip value. Note that there is a difference in calculation depending on whether the US dollar is the base currency or the quote currency. Since each currency has its own value, we must calculate the pip value for that specific pair. In cases where the US dollar is quoted first, meaning it is the base currency, the calculation is straightforward. For example, take US dollar to Japanese yen at 119.80. Since this pair has 2 decimal places, 1 pip is 0.01. So the pip value is calculated as 0.01 divided by 119.80, which gives 0.00000834. For US dollar to Swiss franc at 1.5250, 1 pip is 0.0001. So the calculation is 0.0001 divided by 1.5250, giving 0.00000655. For US dollar to Canadian dollar at 1.4890, the calculation is 0.0001 divided by 1.4890, giving 0.00006715. These results may look very big, but later when we combine them with lot sizes, they will make more sense. Now, in cases where the US dollar is not quoted first, meaning it is the quote currency, we need an extra step to convert the pip value back into dollars. For example, euro to US dollar at 1.2200. First calculate 0.0001 divided by 1.2200, which gives 0.00008196 in euros. Then multiply by the exchange rate, 0.00008196 times 1.2200, which gives approximately 0.00009999, and when rounded, it becomes 0.0001. 4 pound sterling to US dollar at 1.7975. First calculate 0.0001 divided by 1.7975, which gives 0.00000556 in pounds. Then multiply by the exchange rate, 0.000556 times 1.7975, which gives approximately 0.00000998, and when rounded, it becomes 0.0001. Now my friend, you can see we have brought everything together. We understand lots, pips, and pip values. The next step is to combine pip values with lot sizes so that each pip now represents actual money depending on the size of your position. From there, we will be able to calculate profit and loss clearly and confidently. See you in the next lesson. Stay tuned and don't forget to like and subscribe.